Tom Quinn's explosive new book spoke to dozens of staffers, and they said Meghan Markle has a Messiah complex. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, and yeah, a lot of drama coming from this book, and I teased it in my last video, but I wanted to make my own piece because there's a lot to break down in this Daily Beast article that's talking about the book, which is coming soon, from Tom Quinn, about how Meghan Markle had a Messiah complex and saw her purpose in the royal family as finishing Diana's legacy. Ooh, get ready. Are you sitting down for this one? If you haven't already looked, let's break it down together. I want to give you my reaction. As we previously discussed, her hugging and kissing was obviously seen as flirting by some, even though I don't believe, and even Tom Quinn says that's not what was happening. She was just very touchy American, and, Londoners are more reserved. But this new book from Tom Quinn, Yes, Ma'am, The Secret Life of Royal Servants, in an excerpt in the Times, shines a poignant light the psychology of the needy Prince William, saying that his wife treats him as a fourth child, yikes, and that he once mournfully lamented his father had never given him a piggyback. Prince Andrew is also cast as a spoiled, petulant prince who dismissed one courtier from his service because he disliked a mole in the man's face and searched for and another for wearing a synthetic tie. I'm not surprised by that. Never been a fan of Prince Andrew. Not going to hide that. Seems like a complete pompous, creepy, bad dude. Latest texts and things proved he lied about his relationship with Jeffrey. Yeah, not interested in Prince Andrew. However, it's likely the servants' tales about Meghan that will once again steal the headlines. One source described as a former staffer for Meghan and Harry told Quinn, Meghan really did have a Messiah complex. All her big ideas were about doing good. She once said, "What Diana started, I want to finish." Oh, that just bugs me. That just bugs me. Be your own person. Don't be your husband's mother who's no longer with us, who was extremely beloved. Be your own. What we took that to mean was she wanted to become a sort of globe-trotting champion of the poor and the marginalized. She has managed to do this to some extent, but she really wanted to do it as a princess and with the full backing of the royal family, but on a part-time basis. Yeah, she wanted to be a part-time princess and not do all the other annoying stuff and not deal with the press. And now she's like dealing with the press even worse than I think if she just stayed and been nice. Quinn says that the royal staff all told him they thought that Meghan felt slightly looked down on by the courtiers. He points out that Kate was also subject to appalling snobbery and cruelty from some of the phallus figures in the early years of her marriage to William due to her non-aristocratic background, but became the supreme example of rising above critics and making it work, which is what Meghan could have easily done. And I think would have been so much more valuable as a person if she had stuck through it. Her stock, everything would have been, she would have been beloved all across the world had she stopped complaining and just sucked it up and, done what she wanted. One source said it was the same kind of backbiting, gossipy criticism that Meghan had to put up with, but Kate is actually a much stronger person than Meghan in many ways. Yet what Meghan saw as Kate being pushed around, Kate saw as an essential part of being a member of the royal family. Kate's view of Meghan was always implied rather than spoken. I think it was that Meghan thought she knew better than an institution that had been in business for 1,000 years and more. Kate was never going to buy that. The book says that Meghan had several nicknames, including Duchess Difficult, as we know, now they're confirming it again, and Mystic Meg, the latter referring to her supposed penchant for spiritual thinking and her habits for hugging and cheek kissing, which made William and Charles flinch. Meghan previously said she was a hugger, and Kate was not, but she felt slighted when they were given the humble Nottingham cottage on the grounds of the Kensington. One staffer is quoted saying Meghan felt it was so small that it must be a reflection on how the royal family were belittling her husband. Oh my God, the eye rolling. I can't give it loud enough. Like, oh my God, I'm sorry. The free, amazing royal cottage paid for by taxpayers wasn't big enough for you. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? My goodness. Another source described as a member of the comms team who was particularly close to the Duchess was saying she spotted immediately that Harry wasn't quite as central to things as his brother. I wonder why. Jeez. I don't think Harry had even thought much about the fact that he was a spare until well into his marriage. I think she was oversensitive on Harry's behalf and convinced herself he was being treated as completely unimportant. I absolutely buy that too. She got in his head to say, "You're not doing enough. Why aren't you doing this?" And blah, 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 because she wanted to be Princess Diana. Quinn is credible and respected royal writer who has wrote much admired biography of the late Queen Mother. Most truest servant and gatekeeper, William Talon, widely known as Backstairs Billy, was also credited with making her gin and tonics exactly the way she liked them. 9/10 gin, 1/10 tonic. So yeah, look, this book is definitely going to make some waves. These accusations are pretty jarring. And look, there's on everybody's account, to be fair. But as we see all this, as I previously shown, Meghan's positive press of what she's trying to be a princess. I'm out there doing the service for good and connecting celebrity to people. That's why? What are you? You're not an actress anymore. Now you're a host for profit. Like, you're not a royal. We haven't elected you here in California or America. You're not elected as any official. Why do you keep getting to do this? So I do think it's very telling as she continues to try to, dodge this and deny it. More and more examples are proving she really has difficulty with her staff. We saw Jack Royston of the Newsweek, who's been so supportive of Meghan throughout, admit maybe it's time Meghan finally acknowledged she needs to treat her staff better. The day Meghan actually comes forward and acknowledges this like a human being and finally is regular and admits fault and apologizes and take accountability, that's the only way she'll ever curry favor with more people. Now, some of you will never forgive her, obviously. I get it, but it'd be nice to see her finally address this and say, I'm so sorry people felt this way. I'm going to have to take some time and really think about this. I guess I've denied this, but blah, 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 blah. Too many people. There's too much smoke now. That's fire. But beyond the bullying and all that, the Messiah complex, which I love this image, beyond all that, this idea, if true, granted this is from sources, but so if it's true, if she really was there to do what Diana started, I want to finish. I find that so gross. Not because she shouldn't be allowed to do charitable work, and could have if she had remained there with the royal family. I think she could have been a similar figure if she had actually just been a kind, regular person, and not all about the attention seeking, which I don't feel like Diana was doing. Diana protected herself, of course, but I don't think she was out there doing this, trying to get all this press. She didn't even seem to like the press very much, clearly. But she managed to make it work, and she was genuine. There was a real genuine feeling. Again, even as a kid, I remember just Diana was someone to look up to and just classy and then seemingly fun. And, she was pushed out, clearly. And so Meghan can have all the, connections she feels like she has, but you can't just say it out loud and then make that your plan. Find your own way like she did. And if you want to be a royal, then stay with the royals, you weirdo. So again, yet more examples as confirming what we've always speculated. So there it is. We'll have to try to get Tom on the show and stay tuned for more updates on the book. But what do you think? Are you surprised? Do you buy this? Let me know in the comments. Before you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the all bell, as well as the thumbs up, and then leave your comments down below and let me know what your thoughts are. Appreciate all you guys that have been watching. We're not going anywhere. We got a lot more coming, and get ready. With Love, Meghan will debut, as will my show. Oh, you're not going to miss it.